Yes, people. Welcome to Say TV and welcome back to the Sunday Unfiltered podcast. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, United fans, non-United fans. Welcome to the chat. Hit the like button on the way in. And yeah, man. 2 points dropped today, Andy. But Andy, first and foremost, how are you, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Very tired, but I've just had a double Jack D's and Coke, so that will chill me out for the rest of the night and give me a good sleep later. I am very chilling out after the pizza as well.
Yeah, good to see, man. Good to see. Hopefully we'll have Flawless in the chat in a second. Double A won't be here today. He's in Blackpool, but big up to Double A as usual.
Big up.
But yeah, Andy, it ain't easy, is it, man? I thought today should have been a 3 points for us, but yeah, today just honestly probably the most. I feel like that was probably the most frustrating Old Trafford since probably Watford draw, Leicester draw last year, where nothing went our way. Nothing went our way, did it?
Nothing went our way today. You can see why Eriksen. We miss him. We really do, and he's a World Cup with Fred and Casemiro may win you a World Cup. It may do you brilliant for Brazil, but it does not do you any good for Manchester United because Fred today was awful. Awful. Look, I'm not a Fred hater. I just think Fred's just a part of a squad. He's a team player, that's it. But he was absolutely off the pace today. Casemiro was off the pace today. We missed Eriksen. It's shown in the quality, the distribution. I can't pronounce it.
Distribution, yeah.
The supply chain, basically, yeah. Defensively, we were brilliant. I thought De Gea was brilliant today. And it was just one of those days today. It's 2 points dropped. Newcastle, was it 2 chances? And even one of them, it 2 headers. 2 headers in 6 seconds. That was it. And I was preparing for the second header to go in. And then the first half, it was just all United. The second half, we picked up the pace. And Newcastle, very defensive, very boring. And you just wonder if that's all they've got. It's gonna be a long. They may get in the Europe for getting into that Europa League or the competition below it, but they won't be challenging for top 4 for a few more years and a few more years for a title as well. They are tactically boring. I see seeing the game at Liverpool, so boring. Even though they give Man City a game, why couldn't they give us a game today? They drew 3-3 with City. They actually, like I say, they gave Liverpool a scare. They lost 2-1. But it was so boring to watch. Jesus Christ, I accept that they're in process of building, but we had 2 points dropped today, and we should have won. And all right, we're only 3 points off the top, but there's a little bit of a space now between second and third and fourth. And that space, and we've got big games coming up next 7 days against Chelsea, Spurs, and Tottenham. Spurs and Chelsea, and we have to be on our game. We need everybody firing, and it wasn't happening today, but we need everybody for the next 2 games firing.
Big up HK Moose says United fans love a scapegoat. Fred was bad, but nothing to do with Ronaldo, Rashford, and Bruno finishing. Bruno is off the pace almost every game, but because of GA, United fans put up with it. GA in a random games isn't going to help United. United won't realise his potential with Ten Hag until Bruno is out the squad. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I don't think Bruno did anything today. And this is where my disappointment is. And this is where a lot of United fans are not looking at it. Bruno needs to be the difference maker. He needs to be in around there. Not Fred being there. Not anybody else. Bruno needs to be that difference maker. But I just don't think he gives us that. And this is why Eriksen is so key to what Man United do. But I'm sorry, this Man United side should not be relying on Eriksen, who was a free transfer, B should have been an icing on the cake, this United team. Like, how has he got to 16th of October and our whole game relies on Christian Eriksen? This is where my frustration is lying. I'm like, we've got enough players there to beat you know what I mean, Newcastle
I know.
But then I'm looking at the bench, I'm thinking there is no quality to come off the bench, and that's why he only made one substitution today. One. And that was Rashford.
I know. Even then, that was disappointing. Why didn't you take off Sancho? Because Sancho's supposed to be the key. He is so disappointing last few games. He needs a kick up the backside in a respective way. Like, he needs mentally, he needs firing up. Where is that Bundesliga, Sancho? Where is it? Was that a flash in the pan? Or was it because you were playing with Haaland and playing with Bellingham? Is that what it is? Is this your level now? It's really disappointing because Sancho, he didn't do anything today. Anthony was our best player to going forward. He actually took on players. Maybe he should have carried on, but he took on a few, then turned back. That's what my brother said because he was there with my dad today. But it's disappointing. I want players now. Rashford as well. The misses, all right, it was poorly. But let's say Rashford, Sancho, playing for your futures, as far as I'm concerned. We did well. We're just not converting chances, but they bigged themselves up. They played so well in pre-season. Then they had a stinker and they demanded to be played. And after that Liverpool game, we was on form. Sancho and Rashford playing well, doing the business. But they've just fired off. They've just gone the other way again. This is just like Brentford and the performance level. I'm not saying the team performance. Their performance levels have dropped again, and I don't like it. Rashford.
It's gonna be like that. I think with the Sancho one, I thought the first half he was a bit proactive. The second half, I don't know what changed. I think we started to give Anthony the game and let him go on that side and try and make things happen. I think as the game goes on, I think Sancho, I don't know what, but even Luke Shaw didn't get on the overlap as much as we wanted to. We just didn't do anything really of notice, of real creativity and try and make things happen in that second half. It was just very, very much passing side to side. And then Newcastle, all they had to do was go back into their shape, and then we didn't really break them. We didn't carve them open, and that was the difference for me. Yes, we had the two chances, but we did not carve Newcastle open, and that was the difference today.
I would say we did that. No, I agree with you. We didn't carve them open, but not enough. We only carved them open twice, and that was in the last 5 minutes, and that was it. We had two stonewall chances, and we did not take them. Like you say, even Claire says they have a weak mentality. You say they have a weak mentality. They don't go the extra yard. They don't push over the line. You know what I mean? And they play within the safety of the individual player comfort zone. And I don't like it. I mean, if they want to play safe, that's all good for them. But it's not all good for the team in general. I just don't like it.
Absolutely. HK says Anthony kept trying to find Ronaldo instead of playing football. I think this is the key thing with Ronaldo. I think the players want to get him involved in a game, but I'll be honest with you, Ten Hag was probably right in the end to take him off because at the end of the day, he's got to reserve his energy. Do you disagree? You thought it was wrong to take him off?
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought Sancho should have gone off. Because
he could have done that, but the thing is, though, because Martial is injured, he's having to think. Right, I've got to think about Wednesday. This is what's kind of like me thinking. Why did we buy a striker in the summer? Why is Ten Hag having to think about and compromise his own game to think about Wednesday? Like that shouldn't happen. We should have said, you know what?
Why didn't he use Elanga then?
But Elanga's not sort of that. I don't think Elanga's the answer, Andy. I'll be honest with you. Where is the other striker?
You're desperate for a goal with 20 minutes to go. Like you say, you take Sancho off, and bring take Ronaldo off, and you bring Rashford on. Yeah, Rashford. You bring him on. Yeah, Rashford, Ronaldo, Elanga. Bit of pace, bit of energy. Switch wings. Ronaldo and Elanga on the wings. Ronaldo up front. It might have produced a bit more effort, bit more energy. But it just wasn't there. I mean, disappointed, angry United fans when Ronaldo went off. I could understand that. Even I was like, no, this is wrong. You're off it. Even I was disagreeing with Eric Ten Hag, but you say we back him all the way. But his decision making, say last 20 minutes, you're desperate for a goal. And you're just craving for an opportunity, just a bit of quality.
Yeah. This is it. I think for me, Ten Hag definitely compromised his own game, because I feel like for me, you're right. The answer should have been Sancho comes off, Ronaldo goes in the middle, and then we have that chance for me. I think Ronaldo scores that header, that the one at the end when Rashford, just about went wide.
We had this last week with Casemiro. Ronaldo put it on a plate. Casemiro, Rashford put it on a plate for Casemiro. He didn't do it. If it was the other way around, Rashford scores. Or if you put it on a plate, Ronaldo scores that. It's just what it is. It's so frustrating. Or Elanga maybe even gets it. We are crying out for a striker.
I know, but this is it, Andy. We didn't do it. This is where the transfer window. When I look at it now, the transfer window, a lot of people are like, no, but we gotta trust the process. And you know what? If the manager, but I generally thought we missed out on a midfielder and a striker, and now it's telling. Now the transfer window is starting to kind of like now take shape, and it's because
we're thankful for what we got, because we would have been stuck with Rabiot. Wouldn't we? And what you call it, Arnautovic. Just be thankful we got what we did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this position. I can still see us. They say Chelsea, Tottenham. They're still reachable. They're still catchable. Arsenal will have a blip. You watch Arsenal will have a blip during this season. They will go, and they will be in the top 4 mix. I have no doubt about that. City. Blip, boom, that's it. One, check the table, Liverpool. You're not going to be anywhere. You're still going to be fighting for top 4. I still don't see anybody touching City, and it pains me to say it. It was a freak result today. So 2nd to 4th, all to play for. But if we can still be in that mix come the World Cup, we're tucked in, we're 4th or a point off 4th. I'm satisfied with what we've achieved so far, and we've got. Let's say we can go on another run now. We've only lost 3 league games. We're doing well, but we have to push and just push that a little bit more. Bleed. Like Arnie says in Predator, bleed, bastard.
Yeah. HKM Moose says Ronaldo did nothing for 70 minutes. United fan need to understand that this ain't be the same Ronaldo. He's finished. It was going to happen eventually. The header from Rashford missed. Ronaldo might not have even been in that position. He looked. For me, I didn't like the way he struck off the pitch. You need to go out there and get off that pitch ASAP. But you know what I mean.
He's the goal. He's entitled to be disappointed. He's got to come off. Yes, fair enough. But he's entitled to be disappointed. Just get off. Get on with it. You're entitled to have a strop. Jesus Christ.
The thing is, though, I think Ten Hag knows his body. Maybe more than he does. I think he wants to give a bit more. I get it. It's that passion within him. He wants to kind of, give more for the team. 100% not. But I think also it just shows you that we still do need Martial. And this is the problem, though. You've got. This is a weird feeling, right, United fans? Yeah, United fans in the chat. We need Martial back, but the problem is we don't know when he's going to be back. Even this game here, I was a bit surprised he wasn't even on the bench at least. Say now he doesn't come against Tottenham now, and he's out for Chelsea game. What do we do then? Are we relying on solely? Today they were saying that we don't have a distinctive goal scorer. And that could be a problem, Andy. We don't have a guaranteed goal scorer at the minute because now
you're gonna have to change this up a bit as well. You're gonna have to look at within maybe some creativity, like maybe Garnacho. You got maybe just change it a bit. Elanga, I don't know. He's not fresh enough. I don't know. He's going to have to look at it, seriously look at it, because Martial, if he's injured, how long is he going to be out for? And say, if there's one good thing, if Martial is injury-free, he's not going to be in the World Cup squad. I don't see Martial in the World Cup squad. He'll be fresh. He'll be rested. He'll be like just constant. When the World Cup comes around, Martial will have 6 weeks, right? I'm just going to concentrate on my club. Get fit, blah, 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 blah. Just beat your demons, these injury demons, and he'll get over it. I don't want a consistent run for Martial. Look, I'm not a biggest fan of Martial, but I know he's technically gifted and he can do the business because you've seen it against Liverpool and you've seen it against the Nicosia. He can do it, but he just needs a run. But they say, will he make Wednesday? That's the key. That's the key battle. Will he?
Well, I don't know. Do we even have a training
Wednesday?
session before Wednesday? I don't even know. I don't think we have a training session before Wednesday. I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. Maybe Tuesday.
Yeah,
bloody
Tuesday
hell.
the latest start. He gives him a Monday off, doesn't he? So, but
Yeah.
he's not angry, Ten Hag. He's just disappointed. He's pleased with the defense. Look, the defense was brilliant today. Didn't get
Yeah. They didn't deserve to lose.
One chance, that was it.
Yeah.
The midfield is questionable. We miss McTominay, and I say I'm not a fan of McTominay. I'm a fan of the club in general. I just want to see what's on the pitch, but McTominay's back Wednesday. You might see a bit of steel. You might see McTominay, Casemiro Wednesday. That might be a bit better because they've been doing it. So we've got him back. Say Martial. Do you change it up a bit? Is Rashford going to be 100%? Is Eriksen going to be back? Is it all about rest and recuperation? Rest and get it back quick, light training. Yeah. Come Tuesday, we're at home in front of the cameras. Old Trafford's going to be rocking. Spurs come to town. I mean, Spurs, they're only 4 points off the top. I mean, like you say, they can have a dip, or they could go on a run. You know what Tottenham are like. Tottenham are
Yeah.
They've got it in them. Like Arsenal, they've got it in them. There will be a blip in the road for Tottenham, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal. But we have to just hang in there, and we can, because I know we're on the level. I know our squad maybe finish Saeed, but I know we can do better. We can do better. We can hang in behind them, and you see any mistakes and capitalize on them.
Yeah, HKMU says Ronaldo needs to be a team player. He's never been that, but he's got to get goals to win. Ronaldo should pipe down. He did nothing for 70 minutes. He has no right to be angry after that kind of performance. And Potter Ball's looking promising for Chelsea. Listen, Chelsea are in there. Tottenham, Arsenal are not going away. Honestly, you got Man City in there. It's going to be a tough battle, for this top four. The reason why, Andy, I'm a little bit concerned now is that Man United have to do their job. And today, the fact that we didn't have any answers, and obviously we didn't get the job done today, makes me a little bit worried, because I feel like for me, we had to win today. Then you've got Tottenham and Chelsea. Now you've got to find a different way of playing now as well. You've got to go at Tottenham and then you've got their counter-attack, so you've got to be careful of that one as well. And then you've got Chelsea as well. It's two tough games, Obviously, we'll see when we come out of this one. But I just think for me, today was the marker to go and get them 3 points. And that's why I said it's a missed opportunity. And I'm frustrated today, you know what I mean? Because of the performances of certain players weren't there today. And again, you know what I mean? I just can't believe for the life of me that Eriksen, a free transfer, and this is what we became today. We just look absolutely devoid of any creativity in that middle of the park. Fred, I mean, oh my God, mate. And the Old Trafford crowd. I don't need to speak on Fred. You just need to let Old Trafford speak about Fred. That's what it is.
I mean, he had the ball in the last minute, and I screamed from my position in the J stand, in the standing section, don't you dare shoot. United fans were laughing at me. Laughing at it because I was full. Don't you dare, Fred. Don't you dare shoot. And that was just before the Rashford chance. So, look, we didn't lose, but all right, it could have been better. I get it. We're just knocking on the door, mate. We just have to find that key. We have to find the key to. We are the key master. We have to find that right gate and get through the gate and just go through it. And I know we can do it. It's just going to be frustrating.
But you don't think that there's going to be a lot of games like this, though? King Buck says here, United will have many more games like this. Am I wrong? He's got a point. I think there will be more games like this. Yeah, this is why I still, and this is the key for expectations. Can we expect a lot from this team? Should we have high expectations for this team this season?
My expectations are, after watching the Europa League on Thursday, and Jesus Christ, we should have buried these. And my focus now is on going through the top four, because coming through the Europa League now. Unless we top the group and get through the knockout stage, we're going to have these big players coming through the Europa League now. Is going to drop. You got Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, Ajax, and I'm telling you, you do not want to be playing them. If you get them on the wrong day, you're in trouble. But our best chance is top 4 in the league and a domestic cup. And let's say I will take a domestic cup, FA Cup, League Cup, top 4. Just get that feeling, get that back, and fight and scrap. I know United can scrap for this. I know they can grind. We could have lost today. We could have lost today. I was getting vibes all last season against that Aston Villa when we lost and they scored with 3 minutes to go. I was like, oh boy, oh no, it didn't happen. They were like toothless going up front. They were defensive. They were boring. They had nothing. If they wanted to, they could have gone for it, but they didn't. They were just so built around defensive. That's going to be the rest of their season. They're just going to be defensively built. Like I say, they smashed Brentford, they smashed Fulham.
I think the answer was on us, though, to break them down. I think Newcastle, for me, can do what they want to do. It's whether Man United have their answer to break teams down. And yes, we had the 2 chances, but I think we didn't create enough clear-cut opportunities against Newcastle. And that will be the worry. You know what I mean? When you don't have certain players in your team, have you got a second answer? Is there a plan B? And I think today's bench was a bit of a mad one. HKM says every game Martial is out shows he's the most important returning player in Ten Hag's plans.
It does.
I mean, how do you reckon Ten Hag is probably feeling right now? What does he do now in this period now? Because a lot of people will put pressure on Ten Hag and rightly so. They might say, you know what you doing here? Like, you know, where's the style of play and whatnot? The fact that it relies heavily on Martial up front, does that worry you a little bit? Or are you thinking we've got to find a way, this with Man United, we've got to find a way of beating these teams like Chelsea and obviously Tottenham?
He's going to work on finding a way, because I think he will still be satisfied with 3 points off the top 4. If 4th is our target and we finish this season, all right, we want to be higher. That's fine. We are in a mini league. We are in a mini league between 2nd and 4th. There's a mini league now. It's developing. Like you were saying it last week. I watched one of your podcasts with one of your, I think it was a Tottenham and Chelsea lads.
Yeah.
It's what you call it. It's a mini league.
Best of the rest. Best of the rest, yeah.
Arsenal could break away, or Arsenal can drop it into our mini league. Because I think City will fire on now. That was it. They've lost 1 in like 2 years or something like that. It's a freak result. Absolute freak. So we are on the edge of a mini league. If we get in that mini league, if we do well the next 2 games, if we get 2 wins next 7 days, we are.
But are you confident? Are you confident in these 2 games?
Yes,
though?
I'm confident. I'm sick of being negative. I'm confident. It's better than being angry, but it's better than being emotionally angry, getting upset, because we're still in it. After that 4-0, did you expect us to be this? With 3 points off the top 4. Did you expect us to be that?
No. It was a good turnaround. It was a good, you know. Yeah, it was.
Good fight back, good turnaround. What you say? City, freak result. Let's say, brush it off. Terminator finished us. That was it. 2 hat-tricks, a freak. Once in a lifetime derby. We are still. We're free off 4th. We are in it. We just have to push on and do it. And I'm confident. I know it. He's going to be working out what can I do. But he's going to be. We all know tactically what Tottenham are like. Let's say it's a Italiano style defensive style, isn't it? Because you know Tottenham. Like, look at Tottenham. They came at Arsenal, and they can fold. They've not won there for many a year. That's why they folded. So they've not got a good record at Old Trafford as well, apart from a 6-1. That's it. So you can win these games. A couple of years ago,
I like your optimism. You know what? I like it. The only thing I've got to be, I'm not negative, Andy. I'm not having a negative outlook, because today I was frustrated, but I think I have to be realistic now as a United fan. I don't know. Maybe I had my United goggles on. I think, you know what? We should be doing this. We should be doing that. But there's part of me that thinks, you know what? Get your realistic goggles on And you know what? Now, this Tottenham game, you're looking at, you know what I mean? Like a draw would be a good result, and against Chelsea as well, coming out and not losing the game would be a good result. Because I just feel like I don't know if we could do both. That the idea and mentality going there and getting a win, I just don't know if this team has it in them. Today should have been
today should have been the win. I mean, you could afford in one of these 3 games, you could afford a draw, maybe at Chelsea, and we've drawn the first game, and it just puts a little more pressure. Look, we win Wednesday, we're back in the mix for top 4. I mean, and you can still consolidate if you get something at Chelsea, because you can still get at Tottenham. They've got that result in them. They'll 95% of the time, Tottenham will always do it and get it. We got Kane, you got Son, absolute problems. They've got, they've got a really good title-winning manager. He's got them playing. He's got them purring like an Italian Ferrari. Absolutely going inside. So he's just got to hang in there. I'm so positive. I'm still looking forward. It's better than being bitching, moaning, going forward, going backwards all the time. But we're still in it. We're 3 points off top 4. You told me at the start of the season that's where we'll be. I'll be like, you're off your rocker, mate. Because we were so off the pace after that Brentford game. And we all started panicking. Oh, let's buy Rabiot. Let's buy Arnautovic. And all of a sudden, it's a off-field pitch demonstrations, Jim Ratcliffe and all that. Even bleeding, now we've got to do something. And it's not what we wanted, but we've got a reaction.
Yeah.
Not the biggest reaction, but we've got a reaction. So we're 3 points off the top. See where get through these next games. Look, we're on another little mini run now. We're unbeaten. Obviously, it's 1 defeat in the league in 7 games, 8 games, in it.
Yeah.
So it's doing good, mate. Oh, and I still see us. This may be the Jack D's talking because I can feeling it now. I'm on Team Jack D's. I'm feeling it.
I think this is a Jack D's talking, but you know what? I like your optimism. Yeah. I do like your optimism, but I don't. Maybe yours is coming from more just hope rather than actual reality, Andy. This is the Jack D's that's speaking to you, Andy. I don't know, man.
This is Jack. This is Andy. Say this is Jack. We will be in the mix. We'll be a point. Or if not in the top 4 come the start of the World Cup. But say, when the World Cup comes around, I don't like it. It's such an inconvenience for everybody. And what it does, it depletes squads, it drains squads, you get injuries, you might get some bonuses out of it. Your players are rested if you get knocked out early. God knows. This World Cup will mess everybody's season up in the top half. Maybe even the bottom half of the Premier League, all the Premier League. It will mess up our season. We don't need it. It's disappointing.
Zayn Biassi says here, Andy, after Liverpool won, Arsenal are now title challengers. Saka strikes again. I'm going to give it to Arsenal fans. You are in this title race.
My dad said, would you rather Arsenal win the league or City win 3 in a row? I'm like, well, we've got the record 3 in a row. But if Arsenal won the league, you'll never hear the end of it. You'll never
hear the end of it. And I feel like for me, don't get me wrong.
Robbie and Troops will be like, Jesus, they'll be in the outer atmosphere up with the UFOs and all that.
Yeah. Faisal says here, big up to you, Faisal. Big up to everybody who's here, man. Over 500 of us here. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's get over 250 likes, man. Come on, people, man. Big up to everybody that's watching. 9 out of 10 for Arsenal, mate. Forget about them. They're not in your competition. Your game against Spurs will be very telling how your season plays out. I think this is, I generally think, that there isn't games where they like make or break here. But I think Wednesday night will determine where this season fizzles out. I generally think that, Andy. We get a win on Wednesday, right? That game was a bit of a blip, that Newcastle game. It was one of them games where another day we score goals, another day we win that game. But this one here, losing to Antonio Conte, or even, you know what I mean, getting 2 draws in a row, then it's like, and then you have to go into West Chelsea game, almost like a must win. Because remember, you got to remember, Andy, it's not the fact that we drop points, it's the fact that teams are now gaining points. Remember 2 seasons ago when everyone was dropping points around us, and you thought to yourself, you know what? It's not too bad. We're having another life here. But now Chelsea keep winning. They're having this little bounce or this rejuvenation under.
I remember this in the week. I remember it. This was under Solskjaer, and we were way off the pace, That, and we sort of picked up, then dropped off. We beat City and we beat Spurs within 4 days, and it was a midweek match at Old Trafford, and Rashford was just on fire. I remember it, and this was before the world went to shit with COVID, and we picked up 7 points out of 9 in a week, and we were right back in the top 4 race, and was like a point off it. Then we signed Bruno after Christmas, and we qualified at the end after all that. But this is the same sort of scenario. It's the pressure back then was different, but this is pressure now with Ten Hag we can handle. It's if we win Wednesday, we're right back in the mix. We can't let Tottenham win. I say the 7 points ahead of us. If we'll get it back to 4, we know.
But let me ask you a question though. Do you trust Ten Hag or do you trust the players?
I trust Ten Hag.
There you go. Do you trust the players?
I don't trust the players. But
there you go.
The players, the players will. The defense is a little bit. That's a clean sheet. Look, they'll draw on that. The midfield now is a little bit. Jesus Christ, even Fred will look. They'll look at themselves tonight, some of them players, and they go, "Gee, I should have played better." Even Fred will look at himself like, "Jesus Christ."
This is a good comment here. Big up Alien Tenor says Eric Ten Hag can handle the pressure, the players can. You know, I think for me, all in all, this is not a Ten Hag team, people. This will take time. We're going to be here. We're going to be patient. But I think ultimately, you can see, when the chips are down, even when we used to play with Fergie, you just have that element of calmness. Like, you know what? We're going to get that chance. We're going to make sure it makes it count. I think with this team here, they drown within the crowd's, anxiety. You know what I mean? Like they drown in.
When all hell is breaking loose, I will still be here. I will still be controlling it, and I will be cool as a cucumber. When all hell's breaking loose, I'll be riding the eye of the storm, as a famous song would say. Look, he's in charge. He'll control this. I'm sure he's seen this in his early days at Ajax. Look, all hell's breaking loose, but I know what I need to fix. Look, I fixed the defense. The defense is sound. We did it today. Look, we've just got to work on that midfield. I need the players. This ain't my side. I've got maybe 2 or 3 of my own boys in. Maybe 3 or 4. I need some more. But he'll do it. He knows what I'll say I completely trust the Ten Hag. But I don't trust the players. But the players, some of them players will know deep down they are playing for their futures. Because this is not his side.
They need to understand that, They need to understand that because they can't.
I think they do because come the World Cup, he'll be going like that, right? I watched you on World Cup duty. You had a blinder for your countries. Why aren't you playing like that for United? Come on, Fred. Come on, Rashford.
You know what? Was that a bit of a worry for you? Or not even a worry? Was that a bit of a, why didn't Ten Hag take out Fred? Was it a case of he was trying the right things, but it wasn't working out? Or is it the fact that... And also, Iqbal didn't come on. Any of the youngsters didn't come on. And literally one substitution. What does that tell you about the squad that we have, Andy? Does he trust the squad?
I think he trusts what he's got to bring
Let
on
me
a
just
youngster.
find out what the bench was
If you brought
today.
a youngster today and he made a difference, you never know. I mean, you want that killer pass from a midfield player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Casemiro, he's
Let me tell you the bench. The bench today, people.
If Casemiro gets to run the games, if he gets to run the games now, Casemiro to the World Cup, it'll help him. And if Brazil do well in the World Cup, it'll benefit us when he comes back as well. So I think, let's say, it's just finding that balance. Does he trust these players? Play with fear. They're playing for the future. They really are.
Yeah. This is it, people. This is bench for Manchester United, right?
Is this today's bench?
Yeah, today's bench, people. So we've got Victor Lindelof, Marcus Rashford, who only the player that came on, Tyrell Malacia, Tom Heaton, Facundo Palestri, Anthony Elanga, Alejandro Garnacho, Zidane Iqbal, Kobe Mino. Andy, that bench. Oh my God, man. Like, seriously, man. Like, I'm not being, I'm looking at him deeply even more after now. I'm thinking, boy, what do you do? Like, there's not much
When a
depth
little
there.
short, with a little short on the bench, I mean, it would have to be something special to bring on Zidane today to do something or Palestri, but I don't know what can you do. Look, we had to play with what we've got, but in circumstances, you might get a player. Yeah, in the next 7 days, he might bring on one of these youngsters. He might make a difference. You don't know. You might see a Palestri or a Zidane, and they go like, "Look, Fred, look, I love you."
But the
Babe.
thing is, though, Andy, let me just give you a scenario, right? Say McTominay comes in against on the weekend. Against Tottenham. He comes in for Casemiro. Casemiro goes on the bench, but it's not a. Say now, if you're 1-0 down, it's not someone that you bring it on thinking, right?
No,
Okay,
you
then
can't play
it's not.
McFred. You can't play McFred Wednesday, mate. Seriously, we've seen McFred. I don't know how
No, but
you
I'm
play.
saying to you, who are you bringing off the bench? That's something different. Like, I don't see anything on that bench there. Martial, I don't know if he's going to be fit. That's something a bit different. Okay, but then that's relying on Martial to stay fit. The bench for me, Andy, it's bleak, man. And this is where did we overlook this, and did we not think about this? And this is where I don't know. Like, is Ten Hag happy deep down? I'm not sure, but it's just a bit of a sticky one. I can't lie to you, man.
I
The
know
bench isn't great.
it's a delicate one. Like you don't want to damage youngsters' confidence.
Yeah, is that what you're thinking then? You don't.
You don't want
Is
to
that what
damage
Ten Hag doesn't
youngsters'
do?
confidence, but you want to keep them within the squad. You want to keep them.
Yeah.
Look, you're on the brink. You're on the brink. If you can do something in training and prove to me, you'll get your chance. This is what the inspiration should be about. The youngsters coming through the system. Rashford did it. McTominay did it. It's just keeping them there. It's like, will it happen? It's sort of getting the right feel, the right moment. I mean, you might see Garnacho, you might see Palestra in the next 7 days. It might, you might go play McTominay's back. Or we need a result. McTominay can blow hot and cold. He's just a squad player. We need a consistent midfielder, and this is why, like, do we go back in for Barcelona? Do we raid Barcelona in January? Do we raid them? Do we get?
We got to spend in January. I mean, if anyone thought that we didn't need to spend in January, honestly,
do we get a loan? Do we get a couple of loans just to see us through to the season?
But the Glazers said that we're not really looking to invest in January. What we do is more in the summer, and it's almost like a cop out again.
No, but this is it. If we're in the come Christmas, start the World Cup, we're 3rd and 4th, right? Like, Jesus Christ, we're doing all right, right? The World Cup's come and gone, right? There's a player there. There's a player from South America. We need him. Can you get him me? Yeah. Ten Hag will say, you want top 4? Get me that player. Buy him, loan him, buy him, and loan him back. Oh, come on. Just get him. Get him on loan. He will get, I've seen enough in here. So, Eric Ten Hag will be monitoring this World Cup with his scouts and the United system. There will be a player in the World Cup who may take the eye of Ten Hag and the United system. And like you say, you've just got to take the chance. You've got to push on. You can't play this season with all this now. You have to look at Bruno. We were desperate. We lost to Burnley, Saeed, and I remember it was 6 points off the top, and we were like, we ain't getting top 4, and we spent 3 weeks pressing for Bruno. You may get that one player, or I hope it's one of the youngsters who comes through the United tradition, but there's a player there. If there's a player there available, you push for him in January. And I say, these Glazers are so desperate to cling on to power. They are panicking. We'll give it him. Go and get him. Go and get that player, even if it's on loan with a view to a permanent transfer. We're 3rd, we're 4th. You want this? I can't. I've got you into this position now with this mismatch of a squad. What we did last season was pathetic, and now we're in third. I need more. And if you want to keep your pennies coming in and take your dividends, even though we all hate you, and even deep down, I think privately, Ten Hag hates him as well. This is probably the Jack D's talking again, but he has to push.
Yeah,
they'll give him what he wants because they panicked and we got them players in the summer. They will give him that extra player, even if it's on loan. If we're in third and fourth, they will give him that player to get us just that final push after the World Cup. Because this squad will get you into it. It's like a video game. I can get to the door, but I don't see my Super Mario mushroom. I don't see that boost. I need that boost.
Yeah, 100%. Today, by the way, can we just touch on the referee today? Absolute joke you are. Craig Paulson, is he called, mate? You are a disgrace,
Craig
mate.
Paulson, you had a piss poor referee, mate.
Oh my God, people!
Referees have been told to let the game flow like a river, not blow, 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 blow. When he gave us a free kick with about 20 minutes to go, it was the biggest cheer of the day. What a pathetic referee you are! And you can't even the foul on Sancho. And the guy in the control room, you seen it clear as day. Yeah. Maybe it was Sancho overreacting, but you saw the connection. That first half a millisecond, it was a pelter.
Could see it, man. He never took the ball as well, and this is the problem. And then the one Ronaldo as well. Honestly, this referee, I know what they were doing with Newcastle, yeah. And listen, fair play in it. Whatever you want to do to gain an advantage, yeah, fair play. But I thought the wasting time. He never got control of the game. They kept, every time there was a foul of them, they kept going inside. You know what I mean? Instead of being outside of the kind of pitch, they came onto the pitch. It was an absolute joke. Honestly, it was an absolute joke, man. But this is what they do in it. This is the referees, man.
There's a level of refs and there's a level of teams. Newcastle's level is 6th, 7th place. Yeah. And that's what they're vying for. They're not going to break anywhere beyond that. If they get, like you say, Europe next year, good luck to you. But you will not get any higher playing that way of football. I understand it. It's a process. Anyhow, just learning the process like Eric Ten Hag, getting the right players in. I mean, if their super player was injured today, was it? I can't pronounce him. Was he the Swede or the Spaniard? I don't even know who he was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I saw a lot of Newcastle coaches coming past. They clocked me and my dad today and my brother. They clocked me and got the video phones out and started. So I just give them that. Yeah. It's a bit fun.
Fair play though, Newcastle fans though. They were loud today. They were loud. And by the way, can I just say something as well? Them United fans that left 5 minutes early, mate. You guys are pathetic, man. Listen. You know what I mean? No, the traffic's not going to die down in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't know where you're going here. You support the team to the end, mate. You know what I mean? There must have been about 100 of people that left 5 minutes to go, man. Where are you going, man?
I know it's painful.
Where are you going?
Where are you going? Like the ones at City. Why are you leaving at half time? Take your medicine. Take your medicine. Look, I made mistakes over the years. I walked out in disgust. And I learned my lesson right there. And then after the Sevilla game in 2018, you take your medicine. 5-0 Liverpool. I walked out as well. It was painful to watch. People, I can't take this because it hurt you so much. You can be hurt. You get it guts you. Do I stay and watch this? Do I have to go? Look, when we lost 5-0 to Liverpool, I got a text from my missus. I love you.
Is that me?
and it sort of eased the pain. Look, I don't do football, but I love you, and don't worry about it. So it's like you just got to take the pain. You take the game. Look, stay till the end. Look, you can always catch the next tram. There will be traffic jams. It's part of the 75,000 people at Old Trafford. Stay till the end. Stay till the end.
I just thought the Newcastle fans took the piss out of us with that one. When we didn't stay to the end, man. But for me, like I said, today's frustrating. I'm thinking a little bit about the season now in terms of the squad depth. I'm a bit worried about that right now. I've started to see why Ericsson is so key to this team in terms of just having we finally got a footballer now. And you know what? It sounds crazy, that I say that word because they're all footballers, but we've actually got a maverick here. And it was just a bit like, man, I missed Ericsson today. You know when you miss someone?
Mate, he is a maverick. He is a top gun. That's what he is. That's what he is. After what he's been through, he is a maverick. And it just shows if the players had his attitude, not his experience or what's happened with him, but his attitude on life and to go forward, his desire, United will be even in a better place and much higher. And this is what the players need to draw on together and talk to each other. I'm sure they talk to each other all the time. I mean, I even saw a tweet this week. I mean, somebody said Harry Kane is helping out in the dressing room, doing stuff and being positive and encouraging people. And I thought, seriously, is that happy? Really? Is that Harry Maguire? I don't think so. Somebody put that out on his behalf. And I just don't want to know. Because we've still got a team bond on the pitch. There's still something there. You see Martinez today doing well, driving forward, tackling.
Yeah. Defense. Let's talk about the positives. The defense was very good today. Defense, it was solid.
Defensively today was brilliant. I mean, they didn't get a sniff. They had one lapse for 6 seconds. I mean, it makes you wonder. Trippier, could we have got Trippier? If you're not, Real Madrid demanded, was it 30-odd million for Trippier, and Newcastle played £30 million, £50 million for him. Trippier would have been a good asset to United. I would have liked Trippier, but they say the defence today was brilliant, and that is consolidating. That's 2 clean sheets now, 2 games. I was still expecting United. At the back of my mind today, I was like, come on. I know you got another goal. I know there's another chance. I know I missed the goal Wednesday because I had to go out for work. I didn't go Thursday. And when I got in work, I didn't even know we scored, and it was a total shock to the system. But I say, come on, I know you can still do this. This is why the belief's there now.
That's a good point, Andy. That's a good point. Is it the fact that we're not a clinical team? Is that something that we can't work on? That's the worry for me. We can't work on being clinical. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
How many goals have we scored this season? Does anyone know how many goals we've got this season in the Premier League?
Look, we're not going to smash anybody yet. I wanted to smash Nicosia on Thursday. I really wanted to smash him, but we can't do it. The highest we've scored is 3. I mean, I can't remember the last time we got double digits. 4. I can't remember.
13 goals this season.
Newcastle. Yeah, it was Newcastle. 5-1.
It's not a lot, you know. Not a lot, that.
5-1. It's not a lot, but he's still it's getting it over the line. Saying it's still there. Look, we can still push. We can still find them little holes, find them little plugs, and like you say, you find that pass. That's what we've still done it. I would say we proved it on Thursday today. But we have to squeeze out 1-0. I'll take that this season. I said this on the paddock. You're going to get games where we're ropey. You're going to get games where we're positive, and there's going to be games like, Jesus Christ, Man City, what happened there? Look, it's a part of the process. It's a part of the master plan. And I said that after Newcastle. And I'm saying it again, this is a part of the master plan. This is pushing forward. And it's just finding the right balance and the desire. And we're a work in progress, my friend. I mean, your support and desire on your channel is brilliant, and you keep pushing it. And it's positive, and it rubs off on United. It rubs off on all United fans. It's just getting it. We're going in the right direction.
Listen, I admire the positivity, and like I said, not for 1 second have I come on, and I'm coming on here and saying, you know what, top 4's bleak and top 4 this and that. I'm just worried about what we can do, and have we got enough firepower? Have we got enough in it within us? The determination, the mentality.
That's the best thing, because last season we was worrying about everybody else and this, that, and the other. You're worrying about yourself. We never had that last season. Worry about yourself. And we are worrying about ourselves, and that's good. Don't worry about what other teams are doing. Just concentrate on yourselves, and you'll get it right and go forward. And that's the positivity of Erik Ten Hag, and it's doing it, going forward tonight. So it's like we're tucked in, we can see the light, the door's there, and we can go through it. So it's just being patient. Could have been worse, mate. We could have lost today, and we're all F-bombing, bitching, moaning, this, that, and the other. And it's like you say, look, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take time. It could take 3 to 5 years, but this is Pep 5 years. What was it? Erik Ten Hag 5 months.
Yeah, let's do some player ratings today. Let's start with David De Gea, and let me know in the comments, people. We're going to start to this player ratings. David De Gea today, he made a couple of saves. Oh, let me just get this super chat here before we do it. Stragsball says, "I feel for you guys. We all know in our heart of hearts the Glazers are going to use PR during January and not buy anyone." Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, man. But thanks for the super chats.
That's 50-50. I think now we're at time, that's 50-50. Because like I say, if we're in that position, I need something more. You say you've got that ace up your sleeve. I can push that. That's the guy. Put the card on the table. That guy will get me top 4, and they'll have to back him.
Yeah. Right, David De Gea. I think for me, made a decent save. I think it was from their keeper. From their. They had a lot of corners and a lot of set pieces. Tried to play out a few times, didn't work out. But overall, I'd probably say 5. Didn't really do anything really. 5 is an average. What do you reckon, Andy?
Yeah, I give him a 5 to 6. I mean, he had one save. He didn't do anything much. It wasn't bad. Because the defensive unit was brilliant. And I can say 5 to 6. That's about it. And that's being respectful with De Gea.
Diego Dallo, I'm going to give him a 5 again. Nothing special, Dallo. I can't lie to you. I thought the first 20 minutes, I don't think he was great, mate. He kept giving the ball away. It wasn't great, man, in the first half, if I'm being honest with you, people. Dallo, I'm going to give him a 5 again. Nothing spectacular. Again, is he looking a bit tired now? Is he looking a bit because he's playing every game 90 minutes as well now, people. So yeah, Dallo 5. What are you giving him? He needs a rest. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to give Dallo 4.5 because he made some mistakes, but he also made up for it. Look, that Dallo from a few weeks ago, I know it's in there. Look, it's just about finding that right balance and finding that player within yourself.
Yeah.
4.5. Look, he didn't suck, but he wasn't brilliant either. He made mistakes, but he made a few good tackles as well. And it's one of those, like, we're in this middle bit, we're in this limbo, it's bond. How do we get out of this dimension limbo? And he's 4.5 today, so that's what I'm going to give him.
Yeah. This one here, Varane here, the reason why I'm going to give him a 5, he nearly cost us a penalty, by the way. I don't know if Newcastle fans are feeling aggrieved, but it looked like to me, for where I was on the East Stand, it was a penalty. But then again, you know what? I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give both centre backs a 6 today. I think they kept a clean sheet. They were solid when they had to be. I'm going to give him a 6, both of them. But I think that Varane, though, I think that was a penalty where I was. Let me know in the comments if you thought
before I came on. And yeah, that was definitely just like Sancho's. He nudged him. So I would say a 6, 6.5. Wasn't brilliant, but wasn't bad either. It's what you pay to do. You pay to be a defender. Another clean sheet. That's like after letting in 6, we've let 1 goal now in the last 3 games, and that was that was a mistake, and that was a peach from the Everton player last week. So yeah, 6.5, and we move on.
Yeah, Luke Shaw, quiet again, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, didn't really do anything, man. People start complaining about Malacio. Listen, man, what did Shaw do today? You know what I mean? People want to complain about Malacia. What did Shaw do today? I don't remember.
I don't think he did nothing. I'll give him about 3. He was.
Well, there you go.
It wasn't awful.
Below average.
It wasn't awful, but it was below par. Really, I mean, Luke Shaw on Thursday was brilliant. He was driving forward. He was really good. But today, he was just, that's the Luke Shaw. That's the middle Luke Shaw. Then you got the brilliant Luke Shaw. Then you got the absolute pants Luke Shaw against Liverpool with Harry Maguire. So I say Luke Shaw, he's playing for competition and he's got his chance. He might drift out again now. You don't know. Malacia might get his chance on Wednesday. You don't know. You really don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a 4 as well. Let's go with Casemiro. Again, I'm going to give him a 5. Nothing spectacular. Broke play well in certain parts of the game in the first half, but again, that midfield balance was awful. We'll get into the other two, but I think for me, a 5. You know what I mean? What do you reckon for Casemiro?
I think Casemiro, 5.5. I mean, he may play well with Fred. He may play. They play well together for Brazil, and he's even said it. He's praised him because Fred has a blinder for Brazil. I mean, we don't watch Brazil. I get that. I mean, other people watch it. You could, I say, you could be a World Cup winner like Pogba and still be bang average at your club. So I'm going to say he was below par today. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was just
wow, 8. Fair play, Steve. That's your opinion.
Jesus.
Yeah. We didn't win the game, Steve.
Is he on the Jacks tonight?
Yeah, he's on the Jacks tonight. I think Straz is on the Jacks tonight. Let's go with Fred. Oh, my God. I'm going to give him probably 2 or 3. I think 3 if I'm being generous.
I don't know.
Fred today.
2.
2, yeah. That's what I mean, yeah.
Fred was awful. I mean, he got to the
-1.
He had a chance and he nearly ran into the Stretford end. And
I know, I've seen that one. Oh, my God.
I mean, like, look, Fred must know. Some of these players must know. When you trudge off the pitch, look, Jesus Christ, I sucked, diddly hooked, like Ned Flanders would say. I was awful. And it's about just raising your game. Jesus Christ, Fred. You had your chance and you blew it, and you got another chance and you take it and you'll blow hot and cold. You know what I mean? You're letting yourself down. You're not a bad player, but you're not a great player. Average player. Just be average. Playing them games where you know you can do a job. But today, man, let's say there's games like this, he should have been performing better than what he was, and he just didn't do it today.
Yeah, but this is what happens, isn't it, when you've got people out? I don't think he would have played today if Eriksen was available, so it is what it is. Bruno Fernandes, I'm going to give him a 4. I thought he was average today as well. Tried to make things happen, tried to be energetic, but I'm sorry, man. For what we need here, he needs to be the difference maker. I'm putting Bruno Fernandes to a high standard here. I'm not. You can't call it an agenda because I want the best for Bruno Fernandes. I know he can do.
I know what I mean. I've heard like somebody's on other channels are promoting like starting an agenda against Bruno. I've heard this on other channels, certain people, and I think last season I said this at the start of summer. He was 50-50. He was the way of going to Paul Pogba. But I say in the last few weeks he's come back. I know he can be the Bruno of old. But he sucked today. He spent more time moaning than, like I say, he's key. I would give him a 3 today. He was way below himself. His expectations, moan. Even I say Ballon d'Or moaner. Stop, cut out the moaning, man. I get you're passionate. I get you captain. I get you want to win. But put it in, instead of moaning, put it into that little thing, that round thing between, so at the bottom of your feet, use it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Dr. Strikeball, see, when you're done with your player ratings, would you give a few thoughts on Newcastle, maybe man of the match? Yeah, definitely. I thought there was a couple in there, but yeah, I'll definitely do that, man. Right, who we got? Let's go on the left, Sancho. I thought he had a bright first half for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. First half he was decent. Second half he just went back to. It just wasn't impactful. That's the problem. He wasn't impactful. He couldn't get in the game.
he was playing a 6 and a 7. He was playing a 6 and a 7, but he dropped off the radar second half, and he was playing more like a 3. Absolutely. I mean, when he took off Ronaldo, I thought that's a bad call. Because Sancho wasn't doing anything, wasn't creating, wasn't going, like I say, going forward. But Sancho, I don't hate you, lad, but you need to kick up the ass. You need to kick up the backside, lad. Like the mistake he made against Nicosia in the Europa League. Everybody's running back, and your head's just down, and you're trotting back. Your mistake cost us a goal, and that's why you got dropped. You got dropped at half time. It's up in your game. Where's that player from Borussia Dortmund, man?
Jeez. Yeah, we want it, man. We want it to come. We want it to arrive. But
Jesus Christ, if you're not running, at least have the talent. You know you got the talent.
Absolutely. Big up to you, Pete David, Newcastle fan. Yeah, man. For me, I'll give credit to Newcastle, man. They were dogged, they were relentless, and they stayed in the game. They stayed in the game. So fair play to you, mate. Let's go with Anthony. I can't lie to you. A lot of people are frustrated by Anthony, but I thought he was probably our biggest danger today in terms of goal threat. Like, yes, he can't find his right foot, which we need to work on that one. He needs to work on that right foot delivery. But I thought for me was probably our best threat in the second half. I'm going to give him. It's difficult. I'm going to give him a 6, Andy. Might be a bit too much, but I think a 6 is about right. I thought he was our only decent threat.
He pushed a bit. I mean, I say, my brother, I agree with you. He's 6. He pushed. He rinsed the Newcastle number 33. He rinsed him. He took him on, but then he dropped back.
Yeah.
And played the pass back. Look, you get past him, push forward even more, put the ball.
I know. He wants to drag in all the time. But,
he took him on, then took a step back and played back when you should have gone forward. And
I know. There was one move though. There was one move in the first half where he played it. He went. And he didn't he gave the play. The player thought he was going to chest it and control it, and then he just went around past him. But again, I feel like it's just that final ball. But then again, it's that next phase of play. What do? We need to have runners that arrive in the box. So that's that one. Ronaldo for you. I'm going to give him a 4. Not special, man. Not special.
It wasn't at the races, but Ronaldo's Ronaldo. I'm going to give him a 3. Look, I love him to bits. He's in the last 30 years, back Cantona, he's one of my let's say the top 2 players in what I've seen in my lifetime supporting United. So I would say a 3 below par. I mean, the Ronaldo last week against coming on, he was slick. He was that was like a La Liga match for him and Casemiro last week.
Yeah,
he just did it right. He played the pass and the relief when he scored. So it's another mental block now. It's just Ronaldo. He's played. Will he play Wednesday? I don't know.
Mate, it all depends, man.
It all depends on Rashford recovery, and it all depends on Marshall. Do you play with Rashford, Marshall against Tottenham?
I think he's just got to worry about for me. Not playing certain players again twice. Like he's got to manage his squad, and this is why I feel like for me, Ten Hag was right to take Ronaldo off because he's thinking, right, I might not have Martial, so I've got to keep Ronaldo fresh and ready. Rashford, we're not going to give a rating because he came on the last couple of minutes. We'll just give him a standard 5. We'll just go back to Steve's super chat. I thought for me that defender, the Dutch one, Sven Botman, I thought for me he was class today for Newcastle. I thought they did well. Trippier did well in that battle with Sancho. I think Newcastle were good, man. I think Newcastle deserve to be where they are. I think they're tougher than what I thought it would be. I thought we'd get the result. I thought they'd be broken down. But listen, this is what happens. And I think for me, it's a learning curve for Ten Hag. It's a learning curve for this players. But we've got to bounce back against tomorrow against Wednesday against Tottenham, and then it's Sunday Chelsea. So the fixtures do not come any easier, people. But listen, people, I'm going to wrap up the Sunday Unfiltered show. Sorry there wasn't any Flawless and Double A. Hopefully they'll be back next week. But Andy, you've been a pleasure. You've been here all day. Appreciate it. And
Thank you,
yeah,
sir.
man.
Thank you. Big up your channel as well and subscribe to Saeed.
Come on, man. Bring up, man. Make sure you follow Andy Tate. He will do some content soon when he feels like it. You know what I mean? So hopefully,
it's a confidence thing. Maybe I need more Jack D's.
maybe Jack D's and going on your channel. Maybe might be a show that Jack D show.
I'm on Instagram. Find me on there. I am back on Instagram. Just find me on there. I'm on TikTok. I'll say I've lost a lot of confidence last few weeks. Like I say, losing me Instagram, but I'd rather just start from scratch again and build it up again, and that's what I'll do.
That's what you'll do, and you'll do it well, man. People, the vlog is coming out at 11 o'clock. I don't know if you can see it, guys, but there's a pinned comment. If you want to know what the most frustrating vlog, listen, it's not. We don't have any goals in there, but if you want to know what the emotion was like, if you want to know, and a big up to Leslie. If you want to know a frustration, Fred, there was a few crazy, you know what I mean, emotions at Old Trafford today. So if you want to check that vlog out, go check it out. The link is in on the chat there. Click that link. It's going to be premiering live, so you can get in the chat as well. And yeah, Andy Tate's channel is in the description. It's ATTV, is it? ATTV.
Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, and I've not used it in about a month, so I'm gonna have to do something. It's finding the courage, it's finding the confidence, because there are haters out there. I mean, you're smashing it. Big Steve smashing it. Stretford Paddock smashing it. So yeah, maybe like I say, I'll do a bit of content. Maybe I need better internet as well. So
there you go, people. But listen, people, I'll be back tomorrow for the Straight Jacket podcast. You know what time it is? 5:30 tomorrow, Nuruddin. We'll see what happens. But for now, people,
I'll be watching in the background as well. Don't worry about that.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And yeah, hopefully we get a better result against Tottenham, eh? Take care, guys. Peace.